Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The scream hit me first. A sharp broken sound that sliced through the quiet of our bedroom and jolted me out of my half-asleep haze. My heart slammed against my ribs as I bolted upright. For a split second I thought someone had been stabbed. Then I heard another sound. A panicked rasp. A man's voice. A voice that was not my husband's. Cold flooded my stomach as I threw the covers off and rushed toward the bathroom. The door was half open. Steam curled out and carried a smell that should not have been there. A chemical sweetness that did not belong to anything intimate or gentle. When I pushed the door fully open, I saw them. My husband Aaron was tangled up with my best friend's brother Dane. Their bodies were stuck together in an impossible, horrifying way. Both of them were red-faced, sweating, terrified. And the bottle on the counter told me everything in one single punch to the heart. The label said personal lubricant. I knew that brand too well. But inside that bottle, unmistakably, was industrial-strength glue. Thick and milky. And the cap rested exactly where my husband always tossed it. My breath caught. The room spun. I gripped the sink to keep myself from collapsing. Aaron's eyes met mine. Wide. Guilty. Ruined. Look away, I wanted to scream. Do not look at me with the same eyes you used to look at him. He whispered my name. A small, fragile sound. I did not answer. My mind fractured into pieces. One piece replayed every late night at work he swore was real. Another piece replayed the way he flinched whenever I touched him during the past month. Another whispered that I should have known. The biggest piece, though, simply hurt. A deep crushing ache that swallowed my ribs from the inside. Dane finally found his voice. It trembled. We need help. Please. I cannot move. I should have felt triumph. Justice. Revenge. But all I felt was sick. Sick with love I still had. Sick with betrayal I could not unsee. Sick with the horrifying truth that someone I trusted had done something so cruel to me that it no longer felt like a marriage. It felt like a trap I had not noticed closing. I called an ambulance with a mechanical calm that did not feel like mine. While we waited, the silence pressed against my ears. Aaron tried to speak again, but I lifted my hand and he went quiet instantly. Do not. That was all I said. When the paramedics arrived, their faces registered shock. They tried to stay professional, but the scene was impossible to ignore. They separated the two men carefully. The glue had bonded skin in ways I could not bear to look at. Every wince, every gasp, every strained breath scraped against my heart even though I wanted to feel nothing at all. The ride to the hospital felt endless. I sat in the back of the ambulance not for them but because my body was on autopilot. I kept replaying the moment I had bought that lubricant 3 months ago. The way Aaron smiled and kissed my forehead. The way I believed him when he said we were finally reconnecting. The doctors worked for hours. I waited in a stiff plastic chair that felt colder each minute. People walked past me. Nurses. Patients. A laughing couple. A crying child. Everything felt distant, like a sound underwater. When a doctor finally came out, he looked tired. They will both recover, he said. No permanent damage. Physically, at least. Physically. The word stung like acid. Aaron came out later, wrapped in a hospital gown, moving slowly. He looked at me with a hollow expression that made something inside me twist. I knew he wanted to speak. Explain. Apologize. Beg. He sat beside me and inhaled shakily. I never wanted you to find out like that. I turned to him slowly. My voice was steady, but the pain beneath it vibrated like a fault line. How long? He lowered his head. Months. I did not cry. I did not scream. I simply felt something shift inside me. A quiet acceptance of the truth that my marriage had already ended long before this night. He whispered again. I am sorry. I love you. You loved the secrecy. You loved the thrill. You loved not being seen. But you did not love me. My voice broke at the last word despite my efforts. His tears finally spilled. I stood. Where are you going? He asked. Away from everything you set on fire. He reached for my hand, but I stepped back. I thought I would feel satisfaction. I thought knowing what I knew would cleanse something inside me. But all I felt was empty. Drained. Done. As I walked out of the hospital, the cold night air wrapped around me and cleared my head in a single breath. My life had cracked open. Not neatly. Not safely. But openly. And in the space left behind, I felt something unexpected. Relief. Not peace. Not healing. Not yet. But the first breath of a life where I no longer had to carry the weight of a love that betrayed me long before I saw the truth. And that was enough to keep walking.